What's up, everybody? It's Dingers with the boys here. We're back with another episode. Got a special guest with me and Kyle this week. Got Trey with us. Yeah. We've been trying to get him on for a while. Just hasn't worked with our schedules, but we got him on. Welcome, Trey.
Yeah, it's great to have you here.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm a big Colorado sports fan. Broncos, Nuggets, Rockies. Also a CU grad.
Nice.
Big CU Buffs fan too. So,
And that's what we're going to first go into, CU. Yep. You were there starting 2020, correct?
Yeah.
And you just graduated this last year. Uh-huh. So you were there before Prime.
I was.
And now you were there for, I guess, a year with Prime or so, a year and a half, I guess, just because you knew a little bit about it. What's, biggest differences that you felt, before Prime and then after Prime, kind of?
Yeah, so it's just immediately the excitement, 111 the year before Prime. And then as soon as he got to campus, everyone just had a kind of just big excitement around it.
Yeah.
And that was before the season even started.
Right.
It was just hey, he got hired and just people were talking about it.
Yeah, he got introduced during a basketball game. And as soon as he walks in, the cameras are pointing at him, the place just erupts.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we're the other students, were you guys talking about it during classes or were you living in the dorms at that time?
I wasn't. No.
Okay. Or I'm sure you were at some parties and stuff. Were people talking about it before the season even started?
Oh, yeah.
Man, we got Prime kind of thing.
We can't wait until the season starts, but
So it was just completely.
And then once Prime came, and then we knew Shador was coming in Shiloh, and then once Travis came, also it's we've never had a player this good. So
So we only won 4 games last year, 4-8, I think we won, correct?
Yep, 4-8. There was a lot of big expectations, and there was a few games that CU should have won. The Stanford one for sure.
I was at that was the one game I was at. It sucked, man.
But the Stanford one for sure, they should have won, but just didn't work or didn't happen. But
so after the season, because a lot of people thought we were going to be better, and that was a lot better. Like you said, they were 1-11 the year before, so it was a lot better than the year before that.
Right.
Yeah.
Was there disappointment on the campus? Did it feel like that we didn't make a bowl game?
Last year you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so.
No, people were just still pumped.
It was just, it was still fun to watch. Even the last games of the season were still packed. And it's just anytime you get to see that team play, it's just something crazy is going to happen.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and Travis Hunter now is, I think this week he was. I remember seeing something. It was the first time he was actually the favorite to win the Heisman.
Yeah.
The betting favorite or something.
Yeah,
I
know. In past weeks. In beginning of the season, he wasn't even up there. He wasn't top 5, I don't think. And then he kind of kept on creeping up. He was 3rd, I think. And like you said, I think he's right up there with.
I think he's the betting favorite. I know Ashton Gentry.
Yeah.
From Boise State. I think because he had a good week this week. I think he had 2 touchdowns and 140 yards or something like that. And so he'll probably go back up there.
They played San Diego State.
Well, that's kind of what Boise State always does, though.
Yeah.
It's not they're amazing.
I don't know. It's also funny. Travis Hunter was asked about it, and he's we've seen really good running backs years before. We've never really seen a player that can play both ways. Mm-hmm. And he also said that
at least that good.
GT or however you say his name, has the most carries in the NCAA. So it's he puts it into perspective for himself. It's man, if I was getting that many carries and touches, my stats would be way higher.
Well.
So it's you just gotta
well, then you're also the best defender in the nation.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy.
And that's he's you're not even counting my defensive stats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you see those guys on campus ever?
I have no.
Do you see any football guys, or is it just not the top ones?
Yeah, I saw a few on campus, but never the top ones.
Yeah.
Well, and you were always on the engineering side,
right?
A lot of football players don't.
Probably don't do that. Yeah.
Do you see any other athletes basketball or anything like that?
Yeah, I saw a few basketball.
So more of them,
campus,
kind of thing. Yeah, I feel and maybe it's. Do you remember before Prime got there, did you see more football players? Or did you, like, is it not even a big deal if you, probably
Yeah,
back
I mean-
then it wasn't like, there was no really amazing players ever,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So,
I didn't see too many like in all 4 years.
mhm.
Maybe a little bit more, but
Yeah.
not like
Oh.
noticeable.
I remember your sister had a class with Philip Lindsay.
Oh yeah.
And so, like, he was a big player at that time.
Yeah.
And so I was like, wow, I'm surprised that he actually was, like, in class and not doing, like, I think they,
Online.
yeah, they do, like, the online /
Yeah.
homeschool
I wonder-
kind of thing.
I wonder how much that's changed since post-COVID, though, too.
Mhm.
It's like I feel like the whole entire United States has moved more like online than they
Yeah.
were in the past.
Oh, for sure.
But
Well, that actually puts it in, too, because you started college in COVID time.
Right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And so you couldn't really go to games.
yeah,
Was it your whole freshman year you couldn't go?
Oh yeah, couldn't go. And
So, was sports even a big deal on campus that year? Do you remember? Like, did
wasn't.
anybody even talk about it really?
not really.
Like,
I mean,
no teams, not even just football, just like basketball,
Basketball,
swimming,
yeah.
anything like that.
not really. Like we would watch the games in the dorms, but it wasn't big. Like it
Wasn't
wasn't.
a
big
You
deal.
didn't feel like
it's not something that like, oh, what time's the game? Like
Right.
I got to make sure that
Uh-huh.
we tune in and watch, kind of thing.
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Mhm.
But
It kind of stinks that because your senior year of high school, it was
Yeah.
like COVID, so you didn't really have a graduation. Like, I mean, you did,
yeah.
but it wasn't like
it's not the same.
this big thing where a lot of people do, you know. And then you started college in it, and so it's
Yeah.
like I wonder how much that'll affect. I wonder how much that's just affected just people in general about like sports and just like even schoolwork and stuff. Like
Yeah.
you said, a lot. I think a lot more has gone online
Yeah.
since then.
I mean, even in like the workforce, there's tons of places in New York and California that they changed to remote
Yeah,
because of COVID because they needed to, and then they just haven't gone back
yeah,
because they felt we don't need to. Like,
yeah.
So, but yeah,
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see in like 10 years to see like some of these,
Yeah.
like especially like elementary school kids and stuff like that. And
yeah.
I don't know. It'll be interesting. What's your favorite event that you go to on campus? Is it like football?
Yeah, football.
Because
Yeah.
you go to a lot of the basketball games too, or you did.
I did. Yeah.
Right.
Uh,
Is it just is it because of Prime, or was it your favorite before that too? Even when they were 1-11.
yeah, even the games were still fun. Even
Yeah,
like it was still for the first half, it would be student section would be full. And
Yeah.
a lot of
And then
people would
everybody
leave at
just
half.
leaves.
At halftime, you can get the front row seat.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but it
Which
was still a lot of
stinks,
fun.
but
yeah.
okay. So
Yeah.
those were still your favorite.
I remember we went to a game back when they were 1-11. I think it was like a USC game. And
Oh, yeah.
it was exactly like that. It was
I usually try to go to one every year.
Yeah.
I probably won't this year. Now the tickets are crazy.
Yeah,
with
tickets
like
are-
time, so
yeah.
it doesn't matter if you win or lose.
and they're always super late. Like
I know.
yeah, those are.
I
It's
don't
my
know.
bedtime. Fall asleep in the first quarter.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, so
yeah,
that's rough. But hopefully they can do good. They'll make a bowl. I don't
Yeah.
know. We were talking actually earlier with K-State losing, Iowa
and
State
Iowa
losing.
State, yeah,
They
those
have
are-
a chance at the conference title.
Yep.
I think if
Yeah.
they win out, I think is what we
Yep.
were looking.
They have to take care of business,
They'll
win out.
make it to the conference
And then-
championship.
Yeah, it's going to be a very big game. Iowa State plays K-State, final game of the season.
Mm-hmm.
K-State, conference-wise, they've already got 2 losses.
So if they lose that
Now-
game, they're out.
So, yeah. It's
There's
like-
no way they're making it. Yeah.
No.
I mean, I
But-
guess there is a technical
So
way,
CU is
but
probably
it's-
going to be rooting for K-State that game because if Iowa
Well,
State,
Well, it all depends on who else. Because
Yeah.
if CU wins out and Iowa State wins out,
yeah,
it'll be Iowa State
and BYU.
CU, I think.
Well, BYU is ranked number 1 right now. And then,
Oh, are they undefeated?
Then, yeah.
Okay.
Then it's
Okay.
Iowa State, then us, then
Okay.
the Buffs.
But I don't. How does Iowa State have a better? Because
I think
they
it-
have the same.
I think
record.
it goes on overall record
Is it
because
next?
Iowa State is
That's their
7-1.
first
That's
loss, yeah.
all I can think of. There might be some
Okay.
like point
But
differential.
I think
or,
we were saying if
or
CU wins
something.
out, they should.
Yeah,
They should win.
I mean they
So,
should.
it'll be
yeah,
interesting.
They'll be like right there. So
Yeah, it'll be
But yeah.
interesting. Hmm.
super exciting day for CU, even though they didn't play.
Yeah, 2 big losses for
Yeah.
them, honestly. But moving on, so we like to do this everybody that we have on, we like to talk to them about like kind of like their sports, like memories and different stuff like that.
Mhm.
So, what's your like favorite sports memory that you've been to or you haven't been to. Like, I want to know both, kind of, or at least like the one that you've been to. But if you have like when you were a kid, like one of my biggest sports memories was watching the Stanley Cup in 2001. I was at home with my brother and sister, and it was like watching the Avs win the Stanley Cup. But I wasn't there, so I loved that memory. So do you have one like that, or is it like one that you've been to that you're like, man, if I could go back to that and go to that event again, like in a heartbeat?
Yeah, I'll give you both. I guess my favorite sports memory has got to be Broncos Super Bowl.
Okay. 50?
Yeah,
because you weren't even born.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I was like, I remember those other. You probably don't remember those either.
I don't remember the other ones. I remember 50 though.
But okay, so Super Bowl 50. It was a blast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just the 2 years before, that was just nightmares.
Yeah. Let's not talk about it. That's one of the worst memories.
I know, but
glad that wasn't your favorite.
Yeah.
No.
But
Okay, so that one's like your favorite. All right, how about an event that you've been to? And it could be out of state, in state, whatever.
I guess a CU basketball game when they played against Arizona. Arizona was like top 5 at the time.
Okay, was that 2 years ago?
Either 2 or 3.
Or 3 years ago? Okay, I remember the game you're talking about.
They had Matherin and I forget who else, but that was a really good Arizona team. And it was just, it was crazy.
I remember watching it. I think Megan might have been there too. I think for some reason, like Tim or Lisa couldn't go, and I feel like she might have been there. But I remember that one, and so that was just the whole atmosphere kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
What would you say, like going back to your time at CU, basketball atmosphere or football atmosphere? Like what would you say is better?
That's tough because I think after prime, like football.
Oh, for sure.
But
it probably depends on who they're playing to, especially basketball.
Yeah.
Because I've been to some basketball games, even some bigger games, that it's like, man, come on. Like, student section needs to kind of get into it,
Yeah.
I would kind of go football, especially after prime, for sure. And the first half before prime.
Right.
Once, or maybe the first quarter, because it seemed like even those like ones, the student section would always be into it, you know, and it could be some like liquid courage they could have been feeling pretty good because, I was a college student once, I know how it was. I remember when I was in college, a lot of people at CU, I had a lot of friends, and I mean, they were winning 1-2 games, and their motto was like, if we lose, we still booze. And that was pretty much lost every game, and so, but yeah, it probably depends a lot on like the team they're playing.
Yeah, I know. CU even last year, like Taco Bell does like the Liv Moss student section of the month. CU was in the top 5
for football or basketball.
For football.
Interesting.
Yeah, they always. I don't know who votes on it. If it's other students that vote on it, but I remember seeing CU was up there.
Well, and we've talked about this too before with basketball. Especially if you're like a top player, like Cody Williams this last year, you're pretty much going 1 year, maybe 2 years, and then you're gone. So you don't get as like invested in them as well. Like whereas now with the transfer portal, it's a little different. But in football, you're usually getting these guys for at least 3 years.
Yeah.
I mean, even like think of Travis Hunter and Shador Sanders. I mean, those two guys, this is their second year. They'll both be gone after this year.
Yeah.
But even that second year, it's like you kind of like relate to them even more and everything, and they're a more part of the like community and stuff, I personally like the basketball games more, but it's just because
you're a more basketball
I'm
fan.
a more basketball. Yeah, and it's funny because when it's cold, I hate being outside.
I would probably say the same thing. Football games in general are probably my least favorite to go to, just because it's freezing cold half the season.
Which is funny because I love football.
Yeah.
I love watching football. I'll watch it on TV all day long.
My whole weekend is basically football, Saturday and Sunday. So
even if like the Broncos are playing really good, because I remember I worked there for 5 years, and it's a little different than just going.
Yeah.
But that's when we were in our like Peyton Manning. I was there every year. Peyton Manning was there, which that was awesome because we were good, But there'd be times that it's freezing. I'm like, I don't want to be here, even if we're killing them, And even as a fan, like I actually probably got it better because they give us like chicken broth and hot chocolate and everything. And as a fan, you're just sitting there. I mean, you can like cheer and everything, but it's just.
Yeah, I remember as a fan, the only way to warm up if you're cold from all your heat warmers or like the things like in blankets you bring is you have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, the bathrooms are always the hottest.
Yeah, and I don't get it. I went to a Broncos and Patriots. It was Peyton Manning versus Tom Brady, and I probably missed half that game because
sitting in the bathroom.
I was sitting in the bathroom because I'm freezing cold, and
it'd be funny. You wouldn't be the only one.
No,
either. It's not like
it's always packed.
Just warming up here.
Yep.
You played football, and I played when I was younger, but you played in high school. Do you like the cold with it? Because we've asked a couple people before, and they're like, "I love it." But do you like, as a player, are you like, let's get a blizzard and play?
I didn't like the snow.
No,
but I mean, I didn't. If it was just cold and no snow or rain, I didn't notice it too much.
Yeah.
But as soon as it gets wet and then it's freezing.
Just miserable.
It's miserable.
Yeah. That's how I kind of feel too. We had our buddy Mel, which I think you've met Mel before. I'm not sure if you have or not.
Yeah.
But anyways, he was like, "No, man, I wanted more snow. I want like the more the snow, the better." I'm like, why, dude? That sucks. Like, I don't want the snow when I'm just like watching outside.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, I don't want to go get my mail.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, I don't know. And I feel like I've gotten like old and crotchety, and I don't think I used to be like that.
Yeah.
And now it's like, I'm not looking forward to the next few months like a ridiculous amount.
Yeah.
Like, it's so frustrating. All right, so kind of got off topic.
Yeah.
So those are the events you've been to. Is there an event that you've always wanted to go to that, like, maybe in the future you're planning on going to?
Yeah.
Necessarily, like the Olympics or national championship or a Super Bowl game or something like that. Like, is there something that you have always wanted to go to, an event?
I guess the Super Bowl. I mean,
would it have to be the Broncos?
I don't think it would have to be, but it would have to be a team that probably not the Chiefs. I wouldn't go.
Yeah.
It might be better if they lose, right?
Yeah. I don't know. It's just like the highest level of football.
So it's really definitely cool football that you.
Basketball too. I mean, going to like a Elite Eight game before they get to the. Like, they play in the stadiums in the Final Four. You can't really see much.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Like, they've changed that now, which they do it because they can get 100,000 people. You know?
They can get way more money.
Yeah. You can't see great. Like, even if you have great seats, I feel like it's not the best atmosphere for you kind of thing. Right. Yeah, so I kind of like that. I went to a Final Four and finals in the women's back in 2012, I think it was. And I was at the very top, but it was still really cool. It was just fun to be at. Like, wow, I saw a national championship game, you know, so it was kind of cool to think. All right, so players that you like. We asked this to everybody too. And it might be the same player for you, just because you're kind of younger, and a lot of the people that you probably really like are still playing kind of thing. Yeah. So what's your favorite like athlete of all time, and then like currently if they're different?
Favorite, maybe it's just nostalgia, but I think it's Von Miller.
Okay. All right. And as a now that he's at Buffalo, you know.
I mean, as a Bronco, it's just like he was a legend here.
Oh yeah,
he was.
I thought he was gonna play his whole career here.
I'm
still surprised he didn't.
I don't know. I understand why he left at the same time.
It's sad. I feel like he wants to be here too, because you see him in like interviews and stuff.
Yeah.
And he'll say stuff about the Broncos, which is kind of funny because you don't really see other players do that very often. Yeah. So, Von Miller, love it. All right. Favorite now?
Current. It's got to be Jokic. I mean, yeah.
We talk about basketball all the time.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, even when we're not planning on talking about basketball, somehow it gets brought up. Yep. And the Nuggets got so lucky with Jokic. Yeah. He is the most humble superstar, does not care about the spotlight or anything like that. And he is amazing. I mean, watching what he does, it's funny because I play a lot of basketball. Like, you've played with me a few times. And I'm like, I think I could do that. And I go out there and I'm like, how did he even do that? You know, like a certain play or something like that. And it's just, he's so fun to watch. What do you think about? Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Ken.
I just like especially with the people that say he's not like agile, he's not like he just looks like a big fat guy.
Yeah.
I was like, it just makes it even more
kinda just moses
astonishing.
along.
Yeah,
He's like Woody Harrelson in White Men Can't Jump, man.
Yeah.
Like that they're like, oh, he can't play. And then it's like, no, he just threw a triple-double on you.
yeah, easily too.
Did you guys see, I can't remember if we talked about this or not, but what's his name? What's the guy that loves Dallas?
Mark Cuban?
No, the ESPN guy.
I don't know, Stephen A. Smith.
It's not Steven. He's a huge Dallas fan.
Yeah,
Cowboys?
Yeah. He says
I don't know.
stupid stuff.
there's a lot of people. Most
He's
people on
big.
ESPN
He's a massive
says
guy.
Stupid stuff.
You'd know him right when I said him. He always talks about the Cowboys. He always wears MJ stuff, like Michael Jordan shoes.
Are you talking about Coward or
Coward. No.
Colin?
No. It's not Colin. Gosh, this is going to
I
drive
know who
me
you're talking
crazy.
I don't
about,
know.
though.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I can picture his face. Skip Bayless. Skip?
Yeah.
This is Skip Bayless?
Yeah,
So the other day, after we had our first game, I think we did talk about this, but he was saying that Chet Holmgren just torched Jokic.
yeah,
He had a triple-double in the game. Jokic did.
yeah.
And, okay, he only had 16 points, but then he's like, yeah, he, like, can't play. Like, he
I'm
just
pretty
owned Jokic, and I'm like,
I'm pretty
Are
sure
you
Chet
watching
only
the
had
game?
17 points too.
that's what
But
but I'm
I'm
like,
thinking of it, but
when the other guy had a triple-double, I wouldn't say you owned him, you know?
on either
think-
side of the court, yeah,
And like we were saying, like he's so amazing that I think if he doesn't have 20 plus, like 25 plus points, 13, 14 rebounds, 13, 14 assists, it's like,
yeah. It's like all right,
even that, it's like,
whatever.
okay, he played all right.
Yeah.
It's like, what? You
Yeah.
know, kind of thing. Like, I think that game he had 16 points, 12 boards, and 11 assists.
Yeah,
It's like, I would say 99% of the league would love to have a line like that.
Mhm.
And so it's so fun. I kind of think it's like the LeBron effect. Maybe not as much anymore, but when he was in
Yeah.
his prime, if he's not getting these numbers, you're like, he only had 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 9 assists. It's
yeah.
like, only?
Like,
you know?
what?
And so, same
Yeah.
thing, I'm sure, with Michael Jordan back in the day. I remember Michael Jordan when I was, like, young, but I don't remember him, like,
Yeah.
that much kind of thing.
Yeah,
You know,
you
like
don't
I remember
remember,
him
like,
and
fully.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably remember him more from Space Jam than anything, honestly, as a
Great
kid.
movie. Yeah.
Yep. But okay, so Jokic, I mean, I think I like AG more. I just like AG. I've always
Yeah.
liked him. I liked him
I
in
don't
Orlando.
know. I like them all.
But Jokic is right up there.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I got a Jokic jersey.
Yeah.
He's just so fun to watch. I kind of just want to like. He'd be fun to talk to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know. But
I'd want to talk to him in Serbian though. I
You don't
wouldn't
know
want.
Serbian.
I'm saying like I would want to learn Serbian, and if I could become fluent
To
in like
talk
a
to
day,
him?
just to be able to talk to Jokic, because I feel like there's probably a lot more he would talk to you about if you like started speaking in Serbian.
maybe, yeah.
I-
I mean, he maybe like would get like a little bit more relaxed
Yeah.
because you always see like it almost looks like he's nervous doing it.
And then like one other thing, like I feel like translations aren't always like translations are hard, and I think
But he
Jokic
speaks
he
fluent
speaks
English.
like fluent English, but I'm sure
it's not
there's.
like he's like
I'm not saying like
translating.
I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying like it's just different going from Serbian to English. Like he probably thinks in Serbian what he wants to say, and then has to like, all right, how do I say this in English?
I always wonder that with people that speak multiple language, but I don't think so. I think they just know the language.
I don't know.
Because that's how I like tried to teach myself Spanish. Is like, all right, I got to memorize this, so then I know.
Yeah.
All right, this is what it is in Spanish. Well, now I can't speak Spanish. You know, so
Yeah.
I think like in school you're just trying to like memorize it. It's like, all right,
Maybe.
oh, that's this in English kind of thing. you
Yeah.
know? But I feel like people that actually speak,
They just
just speak it.
I don't
you
know. Maybe you're right. I'm just saying like
I'm definitely right, Vanilla Boy.
it would just be easier.
Did you listen 2 weeks ago? Did you listen to the phone?
I think
It's
I-
okay if you did.
Part of it. I kind of remember it.
We were talking about our
In our-
favorite desserts.
Okay.
So we do a food segment every week.
Yeah.
all right? we were talking about our favorite desserts and what Colorado dessert is known for. And he says vanilla ice cream. That's what Colorado's known for. And I'm
Stick
like,
by it.
dude, what are you talking about? Like vanilla ice cream you can get anywhere in the
When
world.
when have you ever been disappointed by ice cream though?
Every time I've had vanilla.
Well, then you're just wrong.
What are you? Favorite ice cream?
Chocolate chip cookie though. I think.
All right, hey,
I
that's
was-
better than
I was really hoping
plain
you would have
Jane
said
over.
vanilla.
I know. If you would have said vanilla, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I need to I need to find somebody else. But so our favorite or our food thing this week.
Yep.
We were like talking today. What is like the weirdest food that you enjoy? And if you don't enjoy a weird food, just what's the weirdest food you've ever had? And so I'll go first. Mine, I mean, I've had so many weird. I've ate bugs. I've ate all kinds of stuff, you know. But my weirdest thing that I would say other people think is like extremely strange that I'll eat to this day. It's one of my favorites. Is SpaghettiOs with meatballs. Which first people think that's weird as an adult, which whatever, because that's amazing, you know. So it's that, and then mixed with. So I heat it up, and then I do cottage cheese and Fritos in it. And I mix it all up and just chow. And it's if you haven't tried it, you should try it because it's amazing. But what's like one thing? Either one of you guys can go.
I don't know really like weird things that I continually eat that I enjoy.
Anything off the floor.
Yeah, I guess that I'm always one if Kenzie or something like comes eat this like whatever like. But so I guess that's weird. But weird things I've eaten. I was trying to think back when I was stationed in South Korea at the movie theaters. They sold like peanut butter fried calamari or something like that, and it was just like a normal snack, as if you were going and getting candy or popcorn or whatever. It's just like
it wasn't weird
like,
for them at all,
and it wasn't not weird at all. Like and you just ordered it and ate it, and
I'm down with peanut butter on mostly everything, but it's the calamari that I'm like, I don't like
I tried one, or I tried a couple. It was actually pretty good, but like regular calamari or whatever it is, I don't like, or squid or octopus.
Doused in peanut butter.
I was like, but yeah. So that
if it's fried and put in peanut butter.
But
how about you, Trey?
Yeah, I don't have any really weird food
nothing
combinations
weird.
But
how about that you've tried? Can you think of anything?
I guess the weirdest thing I could think of is fried alligator. I had like a small bite of it.
What'd you think of it?
I don't really remember. I was more focused on being able to swallow it and just get it over
just like,
with.
don't throw up.
That's all I was.
We've had alligator down in Florida.
I actually really like it. I think it's pretty good.
Was it fried or not?
I think everything is. I think that's just how they make it.
I'm sure they make it not fried too, like a fillet or something. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I think it was fried though.
But that was pretty good. I don't think I could eat a ton of it though.
No,
but I'm not a big seafood person at all.
They're mostly like just appetizers, and I don't know. I'm not like a seafood expert, but
I've tried some weird stuff though, like especially like seafood. There's octopus and different stuff. And it's like I just did never. I'll try pretty much anything once. Like I'd almost rather have a bug than seafood.
Yeah, you've had like the crickets and worms.
Yeah, I mean in Mexico, I remember it was like chocolate covered crickets was a big thing, and. See, the only thing you're saying gross about, though, is the chocolate. If it was in vanilla,
I would think about
vanilla cricket, would you eat it?
I would think about it. Maybe if it was on the floor.
Yeah, you got to throw it on the floor, douse it in vanilla ice cream, and then Kyle would eat it.
And peanut butter.
But, like, when we were over in, like, when I was visiting you in Korea and Japan, there was some stuff, and maybe it wasn't weird. It looked weird, but we just didn't know what it was either. And so it was just like, man, I don't know. But I've had like kangaroo jerky, which I actually didn't like that. It's just like, maybe it was just how it was made. I've had ostrich jerky, same kind of thing. I didn't really like it. One of my favorite jerkies somebody made, it was like rattlesnake mixed with like rabbit, which I don't know how they do, but that was actually really good.
Have you guys ever had Biker Jim's? It's like they have a few locations here in Colorado. They're like a hot dog place, but just different meats of like different animals and stuff. They have a rattlesnake dog, and they put like cream cheese on it, and it's so good. It's so delicious. But I'd always get like one rattlesnake dog and one like reindeer dog.
I feel like that just makes me, man. I'm like,
they were delicious.
I think of Christmas, man. I'm like, do you hate Rudolph?
Oh, he's delicious.
It's kind of funny because that's like nobody really knows what is in a hot dog right now.
Yes.
Well, I don't know. Do you guys consider hot dog a sandwich?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I think it's also a taco. Have you heard that like argument?
No, but it makes sense.
Is it a taco, a sandwich, or
just a hot dog? Like when I think of a sandwich, I don't think of hot dog at all, though.
Yeah.
Like, does that go to your mind, a hot dog in there?
No. I kind of.
It's a weird. What? So when I'm saying this, like when you text me and it's like, all right, we're getting lunch. All right, we're thinking sandwiches. You think a hot dog?
Not at first, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's what you meant.
When I'd say we want sandwiches?
Yeah.
That's weird, man. I don't know. That's so strange. We could keep talking about food, though. I mean, all right, one more thing. I just thought of this. Your favorite go-to stadium food? At any stadium. What was your go-to?
Hot dog, probably. Now that we're on the topic.
Yeah. Now that it's in your head and stuff.
I think
next year, you should join us. It's 4th of July. Kyle sucks at it, but try to eat a hot dog as fast as we can. Okay. You know, I think my record's is, I don't know, like 16 seconds or something like that.
It's a lot harder than I thought.
Yeah, Kyle finished his in like
3 minutes,
17 minutes. It's like, dude, that's slower than you normally eat a hot dog.
I think it was.
But any more food stuff that you want to talk about? We're switching into a food pod, Trey. It's not even going to be about sports. We're just going to talk about food. All right, so game picks. So each week, like you've heard before, we do 3 picks. Right now, after last week, I got the Dallas over Minnesota game right. We both got Dodgers winning the World Series. And then you got today Ohio State beat Penn State, which I don't think they should have. But
I was watching the game. Penn State got, I think, screwed on a football or on a fumble call. I swear they called it on the field, like a catch and fumble, but then, they overturned it, which to me, like I'm not a rules analyst. I was kind of going for Ohio State. Like it looked like he caught it and like brought it into his armpit. So to me, that was a fumble, but
they knew I picked Penn State, so flippers. But so the whole year we keep tally. I'm up on Kyle by 1 point.
Yeah, you've been up for a while.
Mm-hmm. So it's kind of, hopefully I don't choke in the last couple months.
Yeah.
But we'll have you pick with us this week. We've got 2 NBA games, 1 NCAA football game.
Yep.
First one will go NCAA football. It's a pretty big game. I don't know what they're ranked. It'll probably switch.
Yeah.
Anyways, they're both top 25.
Yep.
Alabama
at LSU.
At LSU.
Yep.
I already know who I'm going to pick, so I'll let either one of you guys pick first, and I'll pick last because no matter what, I know what I'm picking. So
I'll go first. Both, like you said, very, very huge game. Both teams have 2 losses. 1 more loss, and you're basically out of the playoff. So I'm going Alabama. I've said it last week when we picked the Texas A&M LSU game that I don't think LSU deserves to be in that playoff, and I don't think they'll beat Alabama. So
you think Bama deserves to be in the playoff?
Right now, no. But
even though they beat Georgia?
I know for a fact that they're going to try to get him in there.
With beating Georgia, you don't think they?
No. I just don't think when you have undefeated teams, like they should get the first.
I mean, you still got 6 games too, or 4 games.
4 games.
You still got 4 games, so I can switch.
So it's like if the playoffs ended right now, I do not think Alabama.
Did you put Notre Dame in there?
Yeah. They only have 1 loss.
I was going to hit you, so I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I'm going
All right,
Alabama.
so you're going Alabama. How about you, Trey?
I'm going Alabama too.
All right. All three of us are going Bama. I hate Brian Kelly. Being a Notre Dame fan, he left Notre Dame so bad, and I don't think I'll ever pick LSU again. I don't think it matters who they play. It drives me crazy just watching them, and it's just like he ripped my heart out. But I think it's better. Notre Dame's doing good.
I think Notre Dame's better.
It was just more like it was very. It was a tough few weeks there, But I also think Alabama's the better team as well.
Yeah.
If Alabama can play like they played against Georgia, I think they're a top 4 team in the nation.
Mm-hmm.
If they've played, even on their wins, like the other games, all right, they're like a fringe kind of playoff team. I think they pretty much have to win out to get in.
Yeah.
I kind of think they have to at least make it. Honestly, they probably have to win the SEC.
Yeah.
To be able to get in, because I don't think a 3-loss team's going to get in.
That's the thing about Alabama, though, is they'll be in the SEC.
I mean, they have big games.
Yeah, they have really big games. So
who was their losses to?
Vanderbilt and Tennessee. So
Vanderbilt, that's a tough loss.
That one hurts them. But Tennessee,
because if it was like Tennessee and Georgia, okay,
Yeah. But yeah, Vanderbilt is what hurts them.
All right, so we're going Bama, all three of us. The other NBA, I don't even remember which game.
I always have to do these
That's
anyway.
right.
But the next NBA game is...
See, this is what's bad, though. Kyle thinks about these
for
weeks.
I don't.
For weeks.
I literally...
He's like, this is what we're doing in 3 weeks. No, we usually think of these like right before we come on.
But the next one is LA Lakers going and playing at Memphis.
Okay. Do you know if either of them played before? The day before?
I'll look real quick.
It's not a big deal. You don't have to look. You want me to go first?
Sure.
It's at Memphis, you said?
Yep.
All right. What night is that?
Wednesday.
Ooh, Wednesday is a big LeBron day, man. I don't know how I know
Any day is LeBron
I'm just
day.
kidding. I'm going to go Lakers, though, man. They've been playing really good to start this season. As much as I hate them, they've been playing great. Anthony Davis is a monster. This is the Anthony Davis that was in New Orleans. This first, I think they're 4-2 right now.
Yeah.
This first 6 games, he's playing like he did in New Orleans.
Yeah.
And so I think if he can continue to play like that, LeBron's playing really well as well. Mm-hmm. They have a few other role players that are playing extremely well. Reeves is kind of I mean, he's a weird guy too. I don't know. I don't think he's going to be good. Then he actually plays really good.
Yeah.
But I think the Lakers are going to win. Dalton Connect's been playing pretty good in those 15 minutes that he's been playing. I think the Lakers are going to take Memphis down. So,
I was hoping you were going to pick Memphis just because you love Zach Edey.
Dude, Edey, he's being traded to the Nuggets. You didn't hear? For MPJ, man.
Boo. But I would be an awful
I'd
trade.
be pissed about that. Not that I would be fine if he got traded here, but not for that.
Yeah. But
maybe.
I was hoping you would pick Memphis, but because I think I'm going to go LA too.
Really? I thought you'd go Memphis.
I was kind of torn between it because I do think John Morant is super good. He's been close to a triple-double, if not getting a triple-double in almost every single game he's played, I feel like.
You have him in our fantasy?
I have him in fantasy.
Did you have him last year? Was it last year? And then he was out by Christmas and he's like, that sucks.
So,
okay.
I don't know. Knock on wood that he doesn't do that again. But I think it will be tough to stop him, but I think Anthony Davis is just going to have his way in the paint because Edey probably won't be able to guard him.
He's only been playing for 15 minutes. Edey.
Yeah. I think he gets in foul trouble a lot.
This rookie class is weird. Not one rookie player has played over 30 minutes.
Well, this rookie class was kind of weak.
It's just kind of weird. Those top couple, they're starting and stuff. Yeah. And then I think last night was the first night that a rookie scored over 15 points. It was Tristan DeSilva from CU.
Nice.
CU. Yeah. There was a lot of garbage time too that he played, but he's been playing. He was hurt a little bit for 2 games, but
yeah, I'm going Lakers.
Okay. Going Lakers. How about you?
I'm taking Memphis. I just have that feeling. I don't know. Seems like a role player always steps up against the Lakers.
Yeah,
I feel like that's going to be.
I mean, Lakers are a team that you always want to beat.
Yeah. So even if they suck or if they're good, you just want to beat them. it's weird because Memphis is almost like before Morant got hurt and then before he got in all that trouble and everything, they were like the number 2 team, I think, in the West.
One of the best defenses.
And everybody was like, man, these guys, ever since then, now they have like, their team's pretty healthy. You know, obviously some players have changed. Nobody just really like thinks about him as much. It's kind of weird. I don't know. Like maybe
I agree.
If Morant will play for a couple months and then like maybe it'll kind of like step up. But I can see it too. You know, I just think I think the Lakers are playing so good. So
yeah.
All right, what's the third game?
Last one is same day. Miami Heat at Phoenix.
You want to go for it?
I'll go.
Trey, you go first. Right. You haven't gone first yet.
I'm taking Phoenix at home. I think they're all healthy right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're gonna lose that game.
Even that Devin Booker.
Yeah.
I hate that guy.
I do too. I hate Durant. I hate Booker.
It's funny, in our draft, Gabby is in our draft, and her very first pick was Embiid. I'm like, Gabby, what are you doing? That's like my number 1 hated. Her number 2 pick, Devin Booker. Gabby, oh my gosh, like what are you doing?
Yeah.
And her third pick, there was somebody up there. I was like, just do not pick this. Was it Gobert? It's Gobert. I like calling him Gobert. But it might have been him. Freaking Gobert.
I don't know.
Gobert the yogurt. That's what I'm going to call him. All right, so you're going the Suns. All right, go ahead, Kai.
This one, I think I'm going to go Miami.
Come on! I want to pick Miami too.
Oh. I thought for sure you would pick this.
Heck no, man. Dude, did you know that Wednesdays are Jimmy Butler Day? I don't know how I know, but he kills it on Wednesdays, man.
Well, I don't want to switch because I can't support Booker.
We're going to get the same 3?
Probably, yeah. I'm picking Miami. Jimmy Buckets is dropping 50.
All right, I'll switch. I'll go Phoenix. I was going to pick Miami, but I'm trying to give you a chance to catch up. So I'll go Phoenix. You know, Jimmy Butler doesn't like to play in the heat as much. Like he likes to play in Miami where it's moist, not the dry heat. And actually, Jimmy Butler's had a struggle these first 6 games. I think they've played 5 games. But his first week and a half or so, he hasn't been doing as good. So I'll go Phoenix so we have one different.
All right.
Durant is going to kill him. And so exactly what I was saying. Phoenix is a good team, man. Honestly, they might be on paper. They should be top 2-3 team in the league, honestly.
I disagree.
But on paper,
dude,
I hate Devin Booker, but he's up there.
Yeah.
Durant,
I just
same
don't
thing.
think they have
Bradley
any
Beal.
depth.
Dude, you don't need depth. You saw the Nuggets?
Yeah. I guess, yeah. But still, I'd put the Nuggets over Phoenix.
Isn't Monte Morris on their team?
No, they have Tyus Jones.
But they have some ex-Nuggets. They have 3 or 4 ex-Nuggets on their team.
Gillespie.
They have Bol. I feel like Monte's on their team.
He might be.
Yeah.
I know they got Tyus Jones. He might be the backup.
But, I don't know. I think they have 3 or 4 old Nugget players. Nurkic is one of them, too. Yeah. I think they actually have a very good team. It seems like they don't gel as good as they should for some reason, you know, especially when it comes to playoffs. I think, did they get swept last year or did they lose 1 to Minnesota?
I think they got swept.
They got swept where it was in 5 or something, and it wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't close.
Durant is a weird player because he should be so much he should be one of the face of the league, and maybe that's him moving teams a lot and stuff. But even LeBron's moved teams.
I think a lot of people kind of lost a little bit of respect when he went to Golden State.
Yeah,
because that was a team that never should have happened. It's in my opinion,
that was a good team. That was a stacked team.
It was
no depth, but
they probably had way more.
I'm just kidding. I don't even remember who was on their bench, but that was their starting 5 was Draymond Green, Kevin Durant, Andre Iguodala, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson.
Yeah,
probably 5 Hall of Famers.
Yeah, probably all in their primes.
Yeah,
too.
or at least Andre Iguodala wasn't in his prime.
Yeah,
but the other 4.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah.
But that's all we got. So we got those 3 picks. Anything else you want to say before we sound off?
I don't think so. I can't think of anything.
Well, we appreciate you coming, man.
Yeah.
I know it's a little nerve-wracking at times and stuff, but
really great having
by the
you.
way, we're doing this Saturday night, just a heads up, so that's why we didn't talk any NFL games. They're happening tomorrow. Go Knicks. Put them in for fantasy again. Go Bo Knicks.
I was
Not-
thinking
not
like
New
New
York.
York.
No,
thinking-
sorry. Go Bo Knicks. Broncos. But cool. Yeah, thanks
Yeah.
for coming, man.
Yeah,
we
thanks for
really
having me
appreciate it
on.
and everything. You got anything else?
Nah, just like Tim said, great having you on here. Hopefully we can get you back on here another time. So
Yeah, for sure. Maybe like once CU makes the national championship, we'll get you back on in a couple months.
Yeah.
But that's all we got. We hope you had a great week and hopefully you enjoyed this one. And we will see you later, alligators. Peace.